Hey guys, this is Aegis, and this is a game that was sent to me by Mobility Gaming. And over here we have SCDZingy spawning as the red Zerg player. His opponent is going to be MGRedground from Mobility Gaming. Redground over here as our blue Terran player. This is Shakura's Plateau from the ladder, I believe. Yep, from the ladder. And we're going to be watching this TVZ. We'll see how Zingy fares against Redground in this matchup. And of course, a couple of announcements as these players begin building up here. As you might know, the stream music is always provided by Infinity State Music for my stream, as well as sometimes when I record things. So go ahead and check out their channel at youtube.com/InfinityStateMusic. They've got a competition song up right now. So go ahead and check that out on their channel. I have a link to the competition as well, so you guys can vote for them. Vote for them because they support StarCraft. So always a good thing to have musicians supporting StarCraft, providing the stream music, providing soundtracks for us streamers to use, as well as for gamers to listen to. So go support them on their channel. I have links below. And also follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/AEgisStarcraft. And we're going to be getting into this game. It looks like the pool up first for SCDZingy. Going to be going for a relatively fast natural expansion on this map, as it is really easy to defend a very narrow ramp to the natural expansion. A couple of spine crawlers here easily allow you to go ahead and get up Mutalisks. And the drone scout is going to be poking in here, going to be checking up the ramp to see what MGRedground is going for. It looks like no gas on the way, so it will be a fast expansion or some pretty hardcore cheese, 5 racks. 6 racks, whatever you want to call it. We'll see exactly what MGRedground decides to go for. Orbital Command on the way. We'll be able to get up a really high mineral count, and there's the natural expansion trying to come up for SCDZingy. Looks like MGRedground does spare him the pain and allow him to take that natural expansion. Queen coming up for SCDZingy. And very good play here so far from SCDZingy. We'll probably see him take a gas real soon to be able to get that Zergling speed relatively quickly. A couple of Zerglings popping out will allow him to check the front of Redground's base. Looks like we will be seeing the command center plop down just right now. There it is, coming up for MGRedground. 2 bunkers at this ramp can easily defend most things. He can even lift his barracks up and place it up at the front and deny any sort of Zergling run by, etc. We have a spine crawler coming up for SCDZingy. We'll probably see him place it down here as soon as this hatch does complete. First queen is out, second queen is on the way as well. Gas getting taken. Couple of drones getting added to that gas right now. We'll be able to get up the Zergling speed shortly. 2 additional barracks on the way for MGRedground. Should be seeing the gas come up in the main as well to allow him to grab those upgrades shortly. Natural expansion does finish up for our Zerg player. There it is. A couple of drones will be transferring over, as well as that spine crawler moving really slowly off of creep. Queen also going to be headed over to the natural expansion. Vomits going down in the main, and the Queen will be able to spread a creep tumor. Creep tumor. Damn it. Never mind. So we do have our Terran player throwing up additional Marines. Creep tumor? No creep tumor. Very sad day for me. Man, I'm going to just watch the Terran player from now on. I wanted to be right so badly. Zingy going to be skipping a couple of vomits there. Perhaps to throw down a double creep tumor. Double creep tumor. Never mind. MGRedground getting out additional Marines right now. SCV is now transferring over to the natural expansion. Orbital Command does finish up. A factory is also coming up for MGRedground. We'll see what tech path Zingy decides to go for. He has taken guys off of gas to be able to get up a heavier drone count, perhaps going for a quicker third base, as he will soon know that his opponent has taken the natural expansion. His overlord is coming over here. He does spot the little bits of mining going on. We'll soon see a couple of FCVs, especially if he does continue to move. There it is. He sees the SCVs mining over at the natural expansion, so we'll see exactly what his response is to B, and we have additional drones popping out right now. Evolution Chamber coming up for Zingy. Still no real creep spread. I'm a little bit surprised here, especially because he has so much energy on this top queen here. 50 energy on that queen, and there's the third base coming up. He really needs that creep spread right now, especially if MGRedground decides to go for any sort of air, and there it is. We have the starport on the way. He can get a tech lab here, do some Banshee harassment. That'd be interesting to watch as well. The Marines will be able to retreat here. Gas getting taken by Zingy. This is a sort of Spanishua style, except he did grab the spawning pool speed earlier on. We also have a Baneling nest on the way for SCDZingy, and still no creep spread. Zingy, no! You need creep. You're Zerg. Anyways, he's got the Zerglings checking out the watchtowers. Good play here, making sure that he does control the watchtowers as he does take the space, knowing that our Terran player isn't moving out too soon. He's got the 2 gas coming up at the natural expansion, as well as the tech lab up and Hellions popping out. We probably will be seeing the Infernal pre-igniter real soon. Second factory on the way, as well as medevacs coming out for MGRedground. He also has the stim pack coming up. Zerglings continue to spot in the center. Like to see him move one over to the other watchtower to control both of those watchtowers, and maybe even set a couple of Zerglings over here to spot for any sort of drops coming around the backside. Very good play from the Zerg players who do that. Melee attacks +1 coming up for SCDZingy, and Siege Tech is coming up for MGRedground as well. We probably will be seeing a tank marine push as soon as this stim pack does finish up, and we'll see if SCDZingy is able to hold it off. He does have the third base up and mining, as well as a spine crawler going to be rooting itself in this position. Additional Zerglings popping out, as well as another queen. That's the third queen of this game, and the queen in the main is still continuing to rack up that energy. This is going to be so crucial in the next battle. If he's going for the Spire and the Infestors, he's going to need the creep for the Infestors to move faster, and if he does end up getting those Banelings are slow off of creep, especially if you don't have speed. MGRedground has his first medevac out, as well as the first Siege Tanks popping out right now. Can actually queue up a couple more Siege Tanks here. There it is, Siege Tanks getting queued up. He needs a couple of supply depots before he can actually push out safely. We have the orbital command with the mules at the ready, and there's a load up from that medevac will be headed out across the field. And this is what I'm saying, and if he had these watchtowers controlled there, he does see the medevac, so he will be able to defend against this, possibly get a couple of Zerglings in position. Muta's now on the way, as well as 3 Infestors. Looks like there is a drop over here, stim pack going down, and a load up quickly with those Marines, and will allow him to go onto the lower ground and just go ahead and shoot away at those Zerglings. And yeah, so far that's all that's gone on. MGRedground going to be content to sit back for the moment. The pathogen glands now finishing up just before those Infestors to allow those Infestors to pop out really quickly, as well as be able to fungal immediately. Marines going to be dropping off over here for MGRedground. Looks like Zingy is ready for them with a bunch of Zerglings. And the Overlord morphing into an Overseer, going to be able to check out exactly what's going on. It looks like the Marines stimming up. We'll be able to take out a couple of those Zerglings. Should be seeing a load up. There's a load up from MGRedground. We'll be able to retreat with those Marines. And the second medevac over here will be taken out by that Mutalisk. And the Overseer checking everything out in the main. Looks like no response from MGRedground. Looks like he's going to be pushing out across the map. SCDZingy should be seeing this as in seeing that there's nothing coming over here to kill that off, and realize that it is a push across the field. The Infestors are out. We'll be able to throw down those crucial fungals against those Marines, possibly take a lot of them out, especially because there are only 2 medevacs right now. And the push is coming here. The scan going down by MGRedground. The Siege Tanks will be sieging up, and here come the Marines forward, as well as the Zerglings going to be running straight into this death trap. The medevacs will be healing up a couple of those units, and the Infestors not quite able to throw those fungals down as of this moment. And a couple of Marines stimming and running towards this location. A couple of Zerglings getting pulled down the ramp. Additional Zerglings going to be moving forward, and it looks like the slow Banelings moving forward. Zingy getting it quickly taken out. and Zingy has left the game. Alright, so MGRedground takes this game against SCDZingy. Pretty good push here from MGRedground, getting up to 2 bases, getting a really solid marine count and pushing out. And by no means was this a 2-base all-in. He's got additional reactors coming up as well as a 3rd command center. Always awesome to be pushing and attacking at the same time. So great game by MGRedground, and this is Aegis signing off. Be sure to check out Infinity State Music, youtube.com/Infinity State Music.